Lions TV, we are sponsored by Regal Elevators and Lifts Consultants Limited, a company that is owned and operated by a Millwall fan, just like every single one of the sponsors that you can already see on the screen. If you are going to do a bit of business in 2021, then please keep it in the Millwall family by checking out all of our sponsors' website links in the description below. This is your Monday Club VT. We're going to look back at another Saturday win away at Reading, and we're going to look ahead to Wednesday's home game against lowly Birmingham City. As always though, let's wind it back to Saturday and the starting 11 that started the match. Of course, changes had to be made due to injuries to Keith Bell. We still haven't heard how long he's going to be out. And Ryan Leonard, it was revealed last week, will be out for around 2 months with ankle ligament damage, which is a massive blow for us. So as we said, changes had to be made. The starting 11 was Bolkowski in goal, 3 centre-backs, Evans, Hutchinson, Cooper, Marlon Romeo right wing-back, Malone left wing-back, Sean Williams and Ryan Woods were in the centre of midfield, with Ben Thompson in support of John Daddy Benvarson and Ken Zahor. If I say we played 3 up front, people say no, Thompson was in a 10 and we played 2 up front. So argue it out whichever way you like. Thompson joined in as the third man going forward, and then obviously when we was defending, the shape shifts and we go back to a more defensive-minded Ben Thompson. So that was the starting 11. Was I surprised with that starting 11? I said it shouldn't be that, in my opinion, because Williams and Woods doesn't work. And sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. I'll get onto that later. But I said we should start Bennett at 10 and drop Thompson deeper. He brought Bennett on at half-time for Williams, and that's when the game sort of shifted. I'm not taking full credit for that. But as I said, sometimes I'll get things wrong. Sometimes I'll get things right. So the game starts, and we're on the front foot straight away. We're good, we're attacking, we're strong. We're direct, we're in their faces, we break them with pace, we look like we've got ideas going forward. We looked full of beans. Of course, Jeb Wallace not preferred to start again, completely for all of us, not just me, not just for you watching, as a whole, as a fan base. We've been saying for weeks, Jed needs a rest, Jed needs a rest. He gets that rest, we win 4-1. He then isn't put in the starting 11, and rightly so, for the game against Reading. It's a beautiful luxury to have. And it's Jed to come off the bench if need be. And he hasn't started, and people are saying, right, I don't know what he's doing. Why hasn't he started Jed? We need to be careful what we're asking for, because sometimes we're asking for that rest for Jed. He gets rested. As I said, we move 4-1 somehow against Sheffield Wednesday. And then obviously, you know, he's gone with the same sort of forward line. But Varson, unfortunately, offered nothing in the game. And I'll get onto that later. Harry can keep getting in front of Smith, but even Bradshaw. Bradshaw did very well when he came on. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. It could be all over the place today. I'll do my best to try and keep it in some sort of order. I have made notes. As I said, the game we start well. Ryan Woods in the Zahor. Zahor brings it down nice off his chest to Sean Williams. Sean Williams drops the shoulder, takes it away from his man. Left-footed strike, takes a slight deflection, just sails over. From the resulting corner, it goes to the back post. Zahor again to Williams. Williams, lovely drill pass across to Malone. Malone fires it brilliantly across. And the angle I saw it from on iFollow looked like it had taken it, deflected it in, but it hadn't. It's a good ball from Scott Malone, did everything right, and it's great defending from the Reading defender. From that resulting corner, Woods comes short, gets a 1-2 with Malone, and I thought Woods was doing well until this point, but I don't like him, as you know, and I'll give you some more reasons for that later. Malone knocks the cross in, and George Evans almost opens his account against his old club, a header that cannons off the bar, and you couldn't fool it. It was a good performance, up tempo, looking like we was interested, looking like we was building on momentum from previous results. And it was all going well. Then, Marlon Romeo makes a good covering tackle when someone got caught on the ball. I think it was Malone. The iFollow cameraman is showing that. And then it cuts back and Bolkowski's standing like that, shaking his head and the ball's in the net. Obviously, iFollow's missed it, shock. But obviously, I've watched it back. It's catastrophic. It's an absolute shit show. Bolkowski, I said shouldn't have thrown it. But Williams has called for it. Then Williams has... Well, sort of Malone gets in the way for a second, which doesn't really affect Williams. But Williams has a look like that and says, yeah, give it to me. Bart gives it to him. I think it's a bad decision from Bart. And as a goalkeeper that I used to play myself, you can't give it to everyone screaming for the ball. And sometimes you'll give it to one person and you'll keep pissing off the same person, the right back or the left back, or both of them, because you don't think it's the right ball. Bart can see the whole game. So although Williams has called for it, and Williams has given the look over his shoulder, I don't know where he's looking because the geezer were coming right for him. Bart shouldn't have thrown it. Williams has miscontrolled it. Then it's a bit of a freak after that. The guy sort of goes in for a block tackle, in my opinion. That's what it looked like. and Williams has got nothing on it. The guy's got none of Williams. He just completely swept the ball. I don't think he meant it. It curls towards goal. Bolkowski's running back. I think he's just shocked by the whole thing. He's got to dive. He's literally there. I'm not saying he could have saved it, but he could have dived in his attempt to palm it somewhere or get something on it, because he's about a yard from the ball when it actually goes in. So I just think Bart was completely taken aback by the whole situation. And we are 1-0 down, and that's when people start saying, you rate Williams, you still rate Williams. The people that keep coming for me, which is to be expected, and it's fine. If you've actually watched the videos and then you want to have a counter-argument about some of my points, I completely accept that. But people don't watch the videos, but they go, oh, you still think Williams is good because they've heard maybe their mates say, oh, Lions TV thinks fucking Williams is good. Williams has been a brilliant player for us down the years in terms of what we got out of him, and he was heavily involved going forward in the first half. Again, Ryan Woods still waiting for him to assist a goal or protect the back four at any point, because Keith Bell's played 3 games and made 2 clearances off the line, playing essential defensive midfield. So Williams was getting forward, and people were saying he was playing well in the live stream. I thought he was playing well until that point. Yes, he's made a mistake. Then we're 1-0 down, and it's just bipolar Millwall all over again. It just goes from here to there. Just the energy sucks out the players. You can see on the pitch. The masters of our own downfall once again. We say this so many times. It can only happen to us. Some stuff is comical. And I've said this before. If Millwall was, if a football club was a TV show, a soap opera, it would be Millwall would be chosen to be based around, because it's just brilliant in a way, isn't it? It's brilliant in a way. It can only happen to us. So we go behind to an absolutely catastrophe of a goal, and then you can see it sucks out the players after that, and you can understand why. The rest of the first half isn't fantastic, and they come forward again. They're number 7 and number 14. I kept getting them confused because they're both wearing the same kit. They've both got the same haircut, and they're both very good on the ball. So I'm not sure whether it is the 7 or whether it's the 14 in this instance. Turns Williams, comes inside someone else, slots a beautiful Fred Needle ball to Lucas Yao, the main man, the top scorer, the man who are marked as their danger man, who scored 5 goals in his last 5 league games. And it's an absolutely brilliant save from Bolkowski that sees us go in at half-time, could have been clear, really, of Reading, and completely in control of the game at one point, to nearly being 2-0 down. So half-time comes, and people were saying the same things. Get Rowett out. Well, actually, he wasn't saying it at this point. Get fucking Rowett out. He's clueless, blah, blah, blah. Bring on some subs. At half-time, he takes off John Daly Bavarsson, rightly so, in my opinion, and Sean Williams, after the goal, he's gone money, unfortunately. So Williams goes off. Jed comes on, and then we go 4 at the back. George Evans comes into midfield. Again, I'll get onto it later about Rowett, why... You know, I said what I said, but now he's turning it round, and Evans and Keith and Bell are a big part of that, because they're not spectacular players, but they're just solid. They look very accomplished. They look comfortable on the ball. They look, experienced in this division, and they just look like the sort of players you can rely on. As I said, you're never going to get no Cruyff turns and 35 yarders in the top corner from them, but that's not what we need at Millwall. So Evans goes into midfield. Jed comes on. He was sitting very deep. Bennett comes on. And this is, again, it's so many different ways you can look at things. So many different ways you can look at things, because then Matt Smith comes on, and some people in the live stream are going, Matt Smith should be starting now. Matt Smith's goal ratio and suggests he should be starting. Also, looking by the look on Matt Smith's face when he did equalise, I think Matt Smith thinks he should be starting. An absolute glare towards the bench for Gary Rowett. And as I said, there's different ways to look at this. Now, I didn't really have an opinion on this, and I thought long and hard about it, and I still can't decide. I still can't decide whether Saturday was a good performance or it wasn't. Ultimately, we got the 3 points, so I don't give a fuck. But football across the board, and this is something I did personally overlook, isn't very good at the minute. I was watching Man City Spurs the other day, or Saturday night while I was editing the videos. I watched it for 10 minutes, turned it off. And I think that is something I overlooked to criticise myself, that football across the board is just fucking boring at the minute. It's just boring. So, getting back to what I was saying about substitutions, people were saying, he's fucking completely lost it, Rowett. He hasn't got a clue. He's turned into Ian Holloway. He's just throwing all subs on. But then if you look at the actual facts and the stats of the subs that have come on, They've won the game for us. 2 subs have won the game. I see Jake Sanders, shocked, put something on Twitter. Love Jake Sanders, love a bit of Jake Sanders on Twitter. He put, our last 5 goals have all been scored by substitutes. So is it tactical genius from Rowett? Is he getting the starting 11 wrong and bringing on the players he should be playing? Or is it good man management? Is he bringing on these players when they're angered at the right times to get something out of them? Mason Bennett, for me, I said he should have started the game, because for the last 3 or 4 games, and he was what I like to call one of Gary Rowett's mates, along with Scott Malone, along with Ryan Woods. Been booked to the club by Gary Rowett, and they're going to play every game. If he can get rid of Woods now, he's almost there, and I'll get on to Woods in a minute. But Bennett's now been dropped out. If you look back at my old videos again, the last 2 or 3 times I said Bennett's come on, he's done very, very well. Because he don't fucking like it, and he wants his shirt back. And I will say for Mason Bennett, I find him very frustrating, because I really like him. And the same with Conor Mahoney. I find them both very frustrating because I really fucking like them. But I just need a bit of, I just need a bit more about them in terms of the constant injuries they both keep getting. Just listen, if you saw my social media, I fucking done my ankle yesterday and got up, not even half a mile in, to a 10-mile walk, gone down like a sack of shit. I think I sprained my ankle, but it's blue and purple and it's fucking huge. I've got up, my kid was there and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to fucking prove a point here. I'm going to be a man, I'm going to fucking do it. And I walked another 9.5 miles. Now I know it's not the same tempo and that might be a bad comparison, but Mason Bennett could go on and be a fucking really good player. He could go on and be better than Millwall, if I'm honest. He could get sold on to a better club. It's just his mentality, his desire and his fitness. But he's been dropped out in the last 3 or 4 games. He's been so fucking up for it when he's come on. I've liked what I've seen. And he comes on, he plays a part in the equaliser. Good running from Bennett, direct. That's what I said. He's got to play central because he gets the ball when he's strong. He's a powerful, horrible looking little bastard. If he's running at you, you ain't going to like it. He gets the ball, he puts it wide. It's a very good goal. Scott Malone changes the type across again. Scott Malone involved in everything going forward at the minute, and no wonder Gary Rowett wants to sign him in the summer. He draws a flat one across the box. Again, another substitution. Tom Bradshaw. Jed does a lovely step over. So basically, so far, Mason Bennett's got the ball sub, put it wide to Malone. He's drilled one, a flat one, a different kind of ball. That's what I'm saying. Keep whipping these balls in, don't always work. So Scott Malone's used his brain and thought, I'm going to try something different. He's put a flat one across the box. Jed, lovely step over. Bradshaw, again, come on. And this is what angers me about the Bavarsson thing is, I know why he doesn't start Matt Smith, because he wants energy and running, but Bradshaw is so much better than that at John Daddy Bavarsson, and he does occasionally nick you a goal as well. If you look at Tom Bradshaw's goal ratio for Millwall, it's not that bad, considering he hasn't started that many games. Bradshaw gathers the ball, turns. Now, I'm going to say, I think he meant it, because if you have a look at the replay again, and I've watched it back about 15 times, he has a little look up, and I think he senses Matt Smith's there. And the way he's turned and shot, knowing how far out he was, I know it's only a split second, he's had to think all this, but believe me, they can do it. I think he's thought, I just want to help it on into that area. I think he's meant to pass. I'll be honest, I'll be completely honest. I don't think he's meant to shoot because he was too far out. He had no leverage on what he was swinging. He looks like he sees Matt Smith. And I think I'm just going to try and help it on into an area. Matt Smith does everything a centre forward should and just follows in. Whether it is a shot, whether it is a thread needle pass, and it was meant by Bradshaw, he just follows in and he absolutely fucking rifles it into the top corner. Now, again, people say, well, Kenny Draper will definitely be one of these screaming, why isn't Matt Smith starting games? Now, when Matt Smith does start games, as Pete said, we don't get the best out of him. So, is Rowett right to not play Smith, not play Bennett, and get the most out of them as impact players? I still don't know. I still don't know. And again, listen, I call my full-time reaction unpredictable because football across the board is unpredictable at the minute. And it's just very, everyone's beating everyone. No one's very good at any level, I think. The fans has had more of an impact than I realise. And again, I do fault myself for that, for not taking that into consideration. I should have watched more football across the board. I don't really do it. I just watch Millwall. Sometimes on a Saturday, I'm so busy after the game with the videos, I don't even get the chance to check, the results and the league positionings until I go to do a video again the next day. So, 1-1, and after that, well, I was about to say, it looked like it could only be one winner. 2 catastrophes from Ryan Woods. First off, he gets caught on the ball. Actually, I think it's before we equalised. Gets caught on the ball, gives it away deep. And again, I'll say, he gives the ball away. As a result, Hutchinson brings down one of their players. They get a free kick, which Bart saves. I think that was before we equalised, if I'm honest. But my point is this, just after we equalised, Woods again gets caught on the ball in his own box. I don't know what he's doing. He comes towards him, he just got to get rid of it. He tries to fucking turn blind in his own box. Their striker takes it off him, shoots. But for a brilliant diving tackle by Jake Cooper, which deflects the shot onto the bar, underside of the bar. And once again, a little bit of luck, which we do deserve because we haven't had any now, but the last 2 games we have. Listen, Woods looks pretty on the ball. Just the ball, not his head. I don't know what he brings to the team. Please tell me. Please tell me if you know. I understand what Woods' role in this team is supposed to be. I fully understand it, okay? This is how you play it. And again, a lot of top sides can do this. We're not good enough. It's whether it's Woods who isn't good enough or us further up the pitch. So Woods is supposed to sit, his role on the side is to sit in front of the back 3 and distribute, okay? And he's so good, he's supposed to be, this is how it's supposed to work. He's doing it very well and he's dictating the game. He's absolutely running the show. So, their 2 strikers or their 2 midfielders will go and press, okay? And then he misses them out. They're out of position and we start breaking lines and it opens up space further up the pitch. I understand that's what his role is supposed to be in the team, but his passing range isn't good enough all the time. And it's a very difficult role to play. I'm not knocking him for that. We're not a good enough side to do it, and it's not really a way that Millwall side should be looking to play at the minute with the players we've got. So he doesn't now do that job he's supposed to do. He doesn't protect the back four or the back three at any point. I never see him making crunching tackles. I never see him making sliding brilliant saves like I do. Keith and Bell, as I said, he's played 3 games for us. He's been booked twice and cleared 2 off the line because he's a defensive midfielder, getting stuck in and helping back. But Woods also has never, I don't think he's assisted 1 goal in his whole time at Millwall, and he's not scored 1 either. So what is he doing? We're not far off now. He's got to drop out the side if Leonard's fit. And so far, the gaffer's been lucky because he's had every opportunity to not drop Woods. Every opportunity. He is not a Millwall player, and he's the one that's holding us back. And again, he nearly cost us, but for a brilliant goal-saving tackle from Jake Cooper. After that, Reading was screaming for a penalty. I've watched that back again and again. Marlon Romeo gets the wrong side of his man. And again, for me, I've got some guy absolutely on me, accused me of being a racist. Fucking idiots. Danny McNamara's a million times better. I don't know why he got dropped out. Marlon Romeo's been a brilliant player for us down the years. Loved him when he was coming through League One. Getting exciting, getting forward, scoring goals. Even the first season or 2 in League One, but he just seems to have tailed off for me. For me, he gets caught the wrong side of his man and it's a penalty. But fuck it, doesn't get given. About time we get a decision our way. You may disagree, you may not, but I thought it was a penalty, if I'm honest. Not given, and about time we got some fucking decisions off a referee. We go up the other end. Bennett again drives forward, puts it to Bradshaw. Bradshaw again does well, puts it wide to Malone. Malone, again, little bit of luck, deflected cross, loops up, Mason Bennett, front stick, fantastic header across the keeper, and we're 2-1 up out of nowhere. And again, I'll go back to, I still can't decide if it was a good performance or it wasn't. Yes, it was a good performance. We won the game. Of course it was. But have we really been that much better in the last 2 weeks than we have across the last 5 or 6? We've just had, I think, in my opinion, and I'm not knocking us for this because we do deserve it, we've just had a little bit of luck. As I said, that cross deflects as Malone hits it in, loops up, lands right on Mason Bennett's head. Yes, he's got to get there. Yes, he's got to get in the right areas. But the last few weeks, we've had no luck. That could have gone anywhere. Jake Cooper throws his body in front of a shot where Woods loses the ball. It hits Jake Cooper on the shin. It's the underside of the bar, comes down. Marlon Romeo doesn't give a penalty given against him. Last week, Ben Thompson goes down the wing, puts a cross in, goes straight in. Scott Malone scores a worldie, but really the keeper should save it. And we're just getting a little bit of luck. We're not that much better than we was. And again, I still don't know. And I'm asking you the question. You tell me in the comments, because people fucking love to tell me when I'm wrong. But they don't like to tell me when I'm right. And at the minute, on this exact subject, I have no fucking opinion. Because I can't work it out. I think I've looked today. If we win our next game, we can go to 7th. It's fucking madness, considering where we are to where we were. So we win the game comfortably. Towards the end, Woods comes off. Billy Mitchell comes on. Nearly scores the 3rd goal. I thought he was going to score. I nearly shit my pants when he come flying through into the box. But again now, Mitchell's fit. Please, Gaffer, listen, you're nearly there. You're nearly there now. Drop fucking Woods, right? He isn't good enough. Send him back. He has no impact as a Millwall player. He does nothing on the pitch for us. Doesn't protect the back four. Doesn't create anything going forward. So he's completely null and void and a complete waste of space, in my opinion. Again, right. So we win the game. And again, back-to-back wins on a Saturday. It feels good. And listen, for people saying, no, you still want Rowett out now, you mug. I'm going to get onto that now. But you only got to see me jumping around my front room. I'm a Millwall fan. I've been my whole life. First went to the den in 84, 85. I fucking love this football club. I live and breathe it 7 days a week. Not only that, it's good for business. Of course I fucking don't want to go down. I'm jumping around my front room. I don't want to go back to League One. I want to go one higher. And this is the thing that I'll lead on to now about Rowett. Now, I am guilty of this. I've got no loyalty when it comes to people like Gary Rowett. I had loyalty to Neil Harris because of what he'd done for the club as a player. Maybe at times I let that shadow and shade my judgment of his management credentials and his skills for us. I couldn't give a fuck about Gary Rowett, really. Yeah, I was going to say, and the players. I do know a couple of the players personally or care about as a friend, so I won't say that. But I've got no loyalty towards him. And I did say to you lot, listen, fair play to you. Fair fucking play to you. You're a lot more loyal to Rowett than I am. However, I don't have that loyalty because I want progression in my life. And we were dropping like a stone, and I was shitting myself, I'll be honest. Again, because I care about the club, I couldn't do this job, I couldn't put 12, 15 hours a day in 6, 7 days a week if I didn't care about what I was doing. Yes, I'm very fortunate. Yes, I'll put myself in this position because I'm good at what I do and I'm grateful. But ultimately, I still couldn't put the time and effort I do into this. And then people said to me on Saturday, oh, Dan, stop going on about Rowett now. But I won't shy away from it. I said what I said, and now I won't completely make out I haven't said that. Yes, I was worrying. And if you look at people that have lost their jobs in between, Neil Harris, Jason Tyndall, 3-4 wins on the 3-4 losses on the bounce, and you're gone as a manager. Now I'm going to take it back to when I said I wanted Harris out. It was the day we lost 3-0 to Middlesbrough. I'm going to read you the team from that day. Bolkowski in goal, 3 at the back, Pearce in the middle of Cooper and Hutchinson, which is a problem for me. Then Romeo right wing back, who I don't rate. Scott Malone wasn't in the form that he was. Woods and Leonard both sitting deep. And then Bennett on the left, who wasn't performing, but he was playing every game because he was Rowett's mate. Up front, Troy Parrott, who, thank fuck, has gone now. And Jeb Wallace on the right was completely burnt out. Now, we lost that game 3-0. That was our 10th game in a row without a win. We was without a win at home for a year. Okay? We was 3-0 down in 20 minutes in that game. I had seen enough at that point. I then put a video out and put Gary Rowett, my reasons why. I was going to take a clip out of that and put it in, but I can't bother to sit through and watch it. If you can, go in and take a look. Exactly what I said in that video. I never doubted Gary Rowett's ability as a manager. Rowett's biggest problem was his stubbornness and his reluctancy to accept that the players, some of the players he's brought in and the way he's playing isn't working anymore. And if he wanted to keep his job, there were things that he had to do. The only way to save his job, I remember saying exactly, if I'm Rowett now, I say, right, what do? Say to Mrs. Rowett, fuck, I'm in trouble here. Right, how can I keep my job? This is what I do. I go to Mr. Berrison and say, Mr. Berrison, I haven't got the players. Let me get to the summer. I'll keep us in the division. Then he's got to stop all these tippy-tappy bollocks that isn't working for us anymore. But when it did work, it was very good. But he had no plan B. Not only did he not have no plan B, he was reluctant to accept that plan A wasn't working anymore. So what he had to do was go and get Millwall-type players. When he got Danny Mack back from loan, he started putting Ben Thompson in the team reluctantly. He extended Ken Zahore's loan. He's gone and got Keithenbeld. He's gone and got George Evans. Now, I think Rowett last summer would never have brought George Evans and Keithenbeld to the club because they are Millwall-type players and they play a way that suits our tenacity and our style, unfortunately. Until Husky are ready to give us 50 million to bring in 11 Ryan Woods, it's not going to happen. So I think Rowett has had to bite the bullet, and I think he's standing in there on the touchline thinking, what am I doing here? What have I had to do? I've had to bow down and let my managerial credentials and reputation of the way I like to play and impose myself as a manager suffer just to try and keep this shit show in the division. And that's what he's had to do. That's why he's brought George Evans in. George Evans is like a good, accomplished player, comfortable in the division. Fuck off, long diags. Fuck off. Constant long diags. You've got Marlon Romeo and Scott Malone taking long throws, bombing long throws into the box now. We've gone back to playing the only way we could to survive in the division. And that's what he's done. So for people who are on me saying, you want Rowett out, if he keeps us up, of course I don't. And at the minute, he's absolutely fine. I would say what I've said over and over again. I would do exactly what I said. And I'm not saying I played a part in his decision, but he has done everything I pretty much said he should do to change it. And as I said, I'm not that fucking self-centered and big-headed that I think I'm having an influence on what he's saying. It wasn't just me saying it. It was everyone saying it. Well, it wasn't everyone. It was about a 50-50 split. Again, I wasn't the only one wanting him out. I said the only way to keep his job is to play a Millwall-type players, a Millwall-type way, just to the summer to keep us safe. And that's exactly what he's done. So he should be thanking me, not hating me. Right, that's enough of that now. I could go on all fucking day long, but I won't because I've got work to do. My ankle is fucking killing me. Let's move on to Wednesday's game at the Den against Birmingham City. Managed, of course, by Aitor Karanka. I say, of course, he's not been in the job long. Took over from Pep Clotet, and he is under fire. They are struggling. They haven't won any of their last 5 league games. They've drawn 2 and lost 3. Last time out, losing 1-0 at home on Saturday. They sit 23rd in the table. They are in absolute egg, bacon and bubble. Now, that is a team destined for League One at the minute. They don't seem like they could turn it round. And as I said, a new manager that's just come in, you know, should be raising them slightly, but it hasn't happened. And Birmingham are in shit street. I haven't even marked a one to watch. I'm going to go straight into a pre-match prediction. So here we go. I'm going for a 2-0 Millwall win. There you go. Feels great to say it. Over the moon to say it. Love to say it. Millwall 2, Birmingham 0. I know we had this hoodoo hanging over us, but I do think now, as I said, with a little upturn in confidence amongst the squad, a little bit of luck and a little bit more Millwall and direct play, I feel like we're back on the right track now. And if we go 7th, I mean, listen, I said I wanted Rowett out. I'm going to look like a complete if we now go and get fucking playoffs. But I don't care. Not interested. Millwall in the Championship is what I want. Millwall in the Premier League, even better. He had to do things to keep his job. He'd done everything I said. So, Gaffer, you are welcome. Get the rods out. That's going to get a few nibbles on the social and in the YouTube comments. I absolutely love it. Please be sure to check out the fan score predictions from the other boys at Lions TV. That could be out today. It could be out tomorrow. I've got work tomorrow. So I might not be able to do a Den debate this week again. I'm not sure. But I definitely will be live streaming Wednesday. And the Darren Morgan video is coming out for Patreons. Could be tonight, could be Tuesday. It'll be out on YouTube on Friday. Darren has just recovered from COVID, so obviously we wish him all the best. I did at the time, but he said he had a bit of a cough. So that cough, I'm having to go through and edit that out. So it will jump at points, but you've not missed anything. You've just missed Darren coughing for the 9,000th time. But he's good now. He's had his vaccine, so he's all good. So get well soon, Darren. Thanks for coming on the show. But you've given me one hell of an edit. So that's your lot for this Monday Club. Hope you have enjoyed it. And as I said, I'll see you on Wednesday, 7 p.m. kickoff. I'll be live streaming from 6:30. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.